The illusion of separate selves. When we grow up, we are taught to believe we are separate, that our I ends where you begin, that my thoughts, my feelings, my pain belong only to me. It feels safer that way, doesn't it? To think that whatever happens inside is my own business, that my fears don't affect others, that my actions don't create ripples around me. But what if that's not true? What if this sense of separateness is the greatest illusion humanity has ever believed in? For centuries, we were taught to admire individuality, to be independent, to stand out, to do everything our own way. We built a culture of me first, and now we wonder why we feel so alone. This idea didn't appear by accident. It's the result of our history. The Age of Enlightenment told us that reason is what makes us human. The Industrial Age taught us to compete instead of connect. And the Digital Age gave everyone a voice, yet took away true conversation. We confused connection with attention, presence with visibility. But somewhere deep within us lies a memory, a quiet pulse, maybe even a whisper that says, "You are not separate. You never were." Every time you feel another person's pain, every time you sense the mood of a room before anyone speaks, that's memory awakening within you. Each human is not a drop in the ocean, but the ocean in a drop. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every intention you hold creates ripples in the field that we all share. Your joy lifts its frequency. Your fear darkens it. Your stillness calms it. We are woven from the same breath. Consciousness moves through us like light through stained glass, divided into colors, yet born of one source. And maybe that's why loneliness hurts so much. Because deep down, we know it's not natural. We've simply forgotten how to feel the thread that connects us all. And perhaps the path of awakening doesn't begin with new knowledge, but with questioning the old story, the story that says we are separate. If you listen closely enough to the world, you can feel that the world itself is thinking. Not one person, not a crowd, but the world. Every era is its thought, every culture, its mood, every crisis, its attempt to understand itself. And when we speak of collective consciousness, it isn't mysticism. It's a description of how human minds connect into an invisible network. We are all nodes in a vast field of awareness through which a single current passes, life becoming aware of itself. Philosophers and scientists have tried to describe it in their own way. Emile Durkheim called it the totality of beliefs and sentiments common to the members of a society. Carl Jung called it the collective unconscious, the place where archetypes, myths, and symbols are stored, passed not through words, but through the experience of generations. We are not just individuals, we are expressions of one great story. If humanity were a body, each of us would be a cell in its nervous system. When one part feels fear, the whole body responds. When one part begins to heal, the whole body grows stronger. You can see it if you just stop for a moment and look. How millions of people suddenly begin to dream the same dream. How one film, one song, or one idea can ignite entire generations. How anxiety spreads faster than any virus. And how hope can embrace the whole planet. This is the breath of the collective mind. It belongs to no one, and yet it lives within each of us. Shared reality, how beliefs shape the world. If thoughts are waves, then beliefs are currents. They form the direction in which all of humanity moves. It's hard to believe, but history changes not so much because of facts, but because of what people believe about those facts. Collective fear can stop an economy. Collective faith can lift a nation. A single idea can infect the minds of millions. Everything we call reality is just a mirror of what we've collectively agreed to believe. Look around. The media, trends, social networks, they're not just streams of information. They are amplifiers of collective thought. Whatever we give our attention to begins to take shape. Every post, every phrase, every "this is impossible" or "this is a miracle" is a brick in the structure of our shared reality. We are literally creating the world we will one day wake up in. The power of the individual. Conscious co-creation. But if consciousness is shared, then power is shared too. Every thought, every emotion, every intention is a contribution to the collective flow. Understand this: you are not a spectator. You are a participant. Every time you choose kindness, you alter the texture of this world. Every time you choose awareness, the world becomes a little clearer. When you choose trust instead of fear, you heal the field around you. You don't need grand gestures. Sincerity is enough. When you meditate, you're not just calming yourself, you're generating calm that travels farther than you can imagine. A thought isn't just chemistry, it's an impulse within the living organism of the universe. Collective evolution, the awakening of unity. Imagine what would happen if even a part of humanity remembered that we are connected, that one person's fear is everyone's pain, that one person's love is light for all. Instead of fighting for our own, we would begin to care for the whole. And this isn't utopia, it's the next stage of consciousness. Evolution has always moved from separation toward unity. Atoms into molecules, cells into organisms, people into humanity. Now it's consciousness's turn. When we stop thinking I'm against the world and start remembering I am part of the world, the war within us ends and the world around us begins to change. The awakening of collective consciousness is not a religion and not a philosophy. It's an act of remembering, a memory that all living things are one breath spoken through billions of voices, and perhaps our greatest choice today is to add just a little more light to that breath, the memory of light. Perhaps awakening is not a flash, but a return, not a revelation, but a remembering of what has always been with you. You are not a random thought in the universe. You are the universe itself, becoming aware through your eyes for the very first time. And maybe your whole life is simply a journey home, home to silence, to connection, to that one breath where I and we were never separate. So may this world, through you, remember itself.